Hey folks, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Pioneers of Pagonia. We took a short break from this game, but I am not done with it, not by a long shot. I was waiting to see if there'd be a few updates and some quality of life improvements, and sure enough, there have been. We'll go over those in a bit more detail later. For now, let's go ahead and move on to what is considered to be the hardest and most challenging map of the game. That's going to be the Dangerous Hills, populated by werewolves. Now, werewolves are a bit more dangerous than the bandits or the specters we had before. They don't just scare away your people and break their equipment. These guys actually bite you and turn you into werewolves. So if you're not careful, you might find yourself getting overwhelmed, and that would be a problem. That said, the game always begins the same way. We need to expand our landing zone and claim a few basic resources. Let's go ahead and place down a guard tower over in this direction, since I do think I see an area where there's going to be some mineable resources there. And we should also set up in an area where I'm pretty sure there's going to be some stone nearby, which is right along over there. Plus a quick explorer's hut, just so I can explore more of the map. And then, as always, make sure we get everything connected up by a road so people can actually make use of these buildings. And now we go forth with my little minions. Grab the resources off of the Venturer and start constructing, little settlers. And this ship really gets a lot of action, doesn't it? After every island in this archipelago, they just reload it and go colonize somewhere else. Very enterprising. Well, while they're working on all of that, let's go ahead and start getting ourselves some wood production as well. We know we're going to want to get some wood cutting up and running. We'll probably start roughly in this area, trim down these trees just to free up some basic real estate. I also want to get myself a sawmill. Might as well place it very close by. And then, increasingly, I'm just kind of the opinion that you should always be keeping some storage nearby. Seems like it's never a bad plan. And for a quarry, I know the stuff's not in my borders yet, but it will be relatively soon. So we'll go ahead and place one of these kind of nearby here, though actually I also want to get a stonemason. Where can I fit this? Ugh, this is going to be ugly and disgusting. Hold on. There we go. All right, so that should be enough just kind of get things going. So our guards have 10 units being assigned to each already. We should get ourselves some guard stones, and they'll start expanding out the borders. Now, one of the things that should have been improved here, let's see, we've got patrol points, attack points, claiming active. They added a pause button. Oh, thank you so very much. So no longer do you need to worry about removing all of your people from the guard tower so they don't just charge into, let's say, a bandit post or something and get themselves killed. We can actually just put it on pause and not have to worry about micromanaging our people all the time. That is a very good improvement. Thank you. There we go. So now we have access to a fair bit of stone. We've discovered some copper, some coal, and there are werewolves already. Well, oh gosh. So they have a moon glen, huh? And there are a fair number of werewolves already hanging out. Okay, that's uncomfortably close. Might hamper my ability to expand by lots. We'll see. Let's make sure we do get ourselves some food production. A forger's hut over in this direction would be wise. And probably a hunting lodge as well, since I do see that there are a lot of beasties around in this forest. And I'd rather preserve this entire section of forest over here if I can, just to make sure we don't mess with the animal spawns. We also want a way to cook up some of those meals. I forget how some of this works sometimes. Hang on, that is not the provisioner, that is a thing we need. Tavern, there we go. The tavern is important for us. And we'll want to make sure we have plenty of storage nearby that's going to store up all the food. One thing that I think I've not been doing phenomenally well as I play this game is it is better, I think, to place the storage where the food needs to go, right? It's not necessarily about placing it so that your hunters and stuff can actually go work more frequently. It seems like it's actually better to have them place the food in their lodge, let some of the laborers naturally come over, and then bring it to where it's going to be refined or processed in some way. So it's not usually best, I think, to place the storage kind of at this starting destination. That's how it is in Sun games, right? Like Banished and stuff. They don't just drop off resources in their actual work building, right? They have to go drop it off in some storage. So it makes sense to place some storage right next to where they work to save on travel time to make everything more efficient. But not in this game. We have to remember, Pioneers of Pagonia is interesting in that it has a much, much higher population than almost any other of these city builders that I have played, and therefore the rules are going to be a little bit different. Gosh dang with the traffic jams, though. That's never going to change, is it? Looks like we've already discovered another one of the villages over here. There's a red border over here. I don't know who these guys are, but I see the smoke in the fog. We'll conquer them in due time. And let's go ahead and also place down some housing and stuff, I don't know, on the shoreline. Never makes sense to build a house on the sand. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a biblical passage about that one, but it's what I do anyway, and there seem to be no repercussions. Enemy camp spotted. Oh, good. More werewolves. These moon glens look kind of cool, though. I do like these things. At some point in the roadmap of the game, magic is supposed to be more and more of a thing. There are supposed to be magicians and so on, and I believe that's actually the part of the game where they're going to start introducing things like the emeralds, rubies, and other gems, which we've not been able to find up to this point. That probably does make my life a lot easier, because then I can get the heroic, what are they called, fear knots, which would be able to take on these werewolves. I don't know what magicians would be able to do, but maybe they'd be helpful, etc. So, you're probably not really supposed to play this map yet, but it's in the game, so it must be beatable, so we're going to give it a go. Let's see, we'll get a provisioner up and running, again, close to a lot of this storage. We should make sure we set this specifically for being for things like food. We'll say natural products, animal meal ingredients, and plant meal ingredients. Perfect. And then, of course, we need to get ourselves a market set up and a running, so we'll get ourselves like a nice little market stall and a fountain and so on. And a unit has already been bitten by a werewolf. Ah, dang it. Alright, so when this happens, your person is going to start walking to the Moon Glen. And when they arrive, I imagine we'll see this guy transform in just a moment into a werewolf himself. Oh, he's gone. Well, I'm pretty sure he did get... There he is. He is in here somewhere. He just hasn't walked out. Coming out, big boy. There's a new werewolf. Yeah, and that's kind of obviously a problem. My explorers are going to go wander in directions that apparently will get them killed. We should say don't do that. Go this direction. Of course, we're going to have problems now that I don't have enough explorers. We only start with 3. So I need to actually get more of these guys. That means I need to be getting things like the Guild Hall up and running. Which I don't have enough softwood beams and cut stone for that yet, but we will eventually. Let's go ahead and get this placed. Come on, we need to get things at the fountains and all that stuff up and running. Get these market stalls so we can drop off food, so we can make meals, because right now my quarry doesn't have any nutritious meals, which means my miners aren't really doing much. Come on, deliver the goods! More enemy camps. All right, this time we have banditos. Right, and that's a lot of them, actually. There better be more than one camp. Oh, yeah, there's 2. Okay, I was going to say, if that's all come from one camp, I am in trouble, but no. All right, so a bunch of bandits, they're still around. I wonder if there are still specters on this map, or if those are restricted just to the one map. I have no idea. Oh, and actually, we apparently do have more explorers. I think because I built a guild hall, we dropped off some backpacks and someone, like, automatically picked one up. Seems a little bit weird sometimes, like the tools don't really want to get stored properly on the ship. You really need to get these buildings up and running and then start taking advantage of it. Kind of weird how that works, I'm not really sure why. Anyway, now we're starting to do fine as far as our stone again, so that's up and running. We've got our nutritious meals, things are getting stored. We should be producing a decent amount of resources there. Probably would not be a bad idea to go ahead and place on a forester now. I might want to just go ahead and commit to just preserving this area as much as I'm able to. Yeah, we're going to just go ahead and do that here. Let this just be kind of where we just get all the lumber produced. It's already right next to my sawmills and stuff. We might as well. And then let's also think about getting ourselves some of the basics we need for processing and making new advanced stuff. Wooden workshop. Where the heck did that thing go? There it is. It's under the equipment and training. That's what I was looking for. Get a wood workshop and we'll place it actually kind of close to where all the wood is being stored. Toolsmith will be good to get at some point too, but if we're going to do that, we can start getting ourselves some coal. There's a fair bit of coal to be had out in this direction. That's great. But we don't really need coal if I'm not going to smelt some iron, and all I've found so far is copper. There is some iron over here, though, and some limestone, and a grand boar of fortitude statue. Good. All right, I'm pretty sure I know what the Red Village is going to request from me. So we'll start by getting some copper, some iron up and running. We'll need some smelting works. I'll get some more stone production, storage dedicated for things like coal and iron ore. And with the iron bars, we'll be able to make some tools and stuff, which is where I'm going to want to have a tool workshop or a smithy up and running too. So yeah, there's a lot we're trying to do all at once here. And I got nowhere near enough wood production to make this work. Ugh. Oh good, silver. Okay, I was wondering where we were going to find some silver ore, and we found some over here. Unfortunately, it's dangerously close to a bunch of bandits. That's going to be a problem. But we need the silver, because without that, I am pretty confident we're never going to beat those werewolves. So we'll go ahead and get that tool workshop up and a-running. For now, that'll be fine. I do need to get weaponsmiths and armorsmiths later, so we'll kind of reserve this area to be more industrial in that way. And then we'll need to get some more storage and stuff, of course. The wooden workshop. Let's make sure we go ahead and start producing a few of these wooden cogwheels. We got hardwood to spare. That's fine. It's the softwood that's killing me right now. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start producing some of those. We know we're going to need them at some point. Were more enemy camps spotted? No, it's just the same ones we've already seen. For some reason, the messages aren't clearing. I'm going to have to do that manually. That's fine. Mysterious purpose. That's the boar statue. We don't care about that. All right. I'm trying to explore over in this direction and find their trade center because I want to know what these guys are going to be requesting from me. But I haven't been able to find it so far. Would be kind of nice to get some farms up and running at some point soon, too, wouldn't it? May not be the absolute highest priority right now, though. We should have everything we really need for a burgeoning society, just to start off. When I say that, I wonder if they rebalance something as far as the nutritious meals. Because it feels like we are running out of those very frequently here. Our miners in the quarries and stuff are saying, oh, we ain't got no food, we ain't gonna do no work. So, does that mean we're not producing enough stuff here? Probably not. Interesting. Alright, I take it back. Maybe we do need to get some farming up and running ASAP. What about like a vegetable farm? Very simple little happy vegetable farm. We could do that. There you go. Doesn't have to be anything too big or ostentatious. Just a nice little 3x3 grid area. Of course, you still have to go through here and manually say, hey, I want you to grow a specific type of thing. Ugh. The point of this is pretty simple, though. I'm just looking at this and I'm anticipating that food, surprisingly, is going to be my big bottleneck. So the sooner we can get that taken care of with more food variety, the better. And I don't have to process things like the cabbages or the pumpkins. You know, unlike wheat, for example. That has to get turned into good stuff. So that's the easiest way to go. What other options do we have? There is going to be, you know, corn and stuff. It says the yield is going to be pretty bad in most places. Pumpkins are the only ones that are going to do well in these areas. That's interesting. And the thieves are already stealing things. Yup. That's gonna be a thing for a while. We all know how this works. And I'm actually being attacked and murdered by bandits. Gosh dang it, guards, there's an elite bandit who's literally slaughtering every single one of you. Useless! Absolutely useless! And now there's more bandits running around and causing issues. Alright, I have almost no soldiers left. They all died. They even came over here and killed a couple of these guards, too, for good measure. Wow. I mean, what are you supposed to do, though, right? If they have to attack one at a time, an elite bandit apparently can take on these guards, like, no problem at all. So, what do you do to stop that? I have no idea. Let's go ahead and start manufacturing some more wooden spears. Apparently, we need to go for military aggression a lot earlier on this map than I'm used to. This is good, though. Already, I am feeling more of a challenge. I'm not sure how much rebalancing they did, or maybe I'm just getting a little bit unlucky on some of this, but I feel more challenged already than I did the last couple times I played this game. Oh my gosh, there's another bandit just running around and killing people. I'm down to 4 guards. That's it. Oh gosh. All right. Stop contesting them. We no longer can expand our borders. Just stop. There's no point in having guards if they're all just going to die like this. The bandits are going to take what they want to take. There's no way around it. We're just going to have to outproduce these guys. I'm going to go ahead and start placing down pretty much all the buildings I know I'm going to need as far as my industry. We can pause these, and I hate to say that I think people might still bring... No, they don't. They don't bring resources to them when they're paused. Okay, that's good. So I can just set these all down and kind of get a sense of how I'm going to lay out a lot of my town. And that's probably a good way to go. The bandits are wreaking absolute havoc in our area right now. But really, what can I do about it? Get a stone mill. That wouldn't be a bad plan. There is some limestone and stuff up in this direction, I believe. Let's go ahead and get one of those set up there. I'm trying to think of what else we're currently missing. I'm obviously not working on bread. I think I've already got almost everything set up. Silver is something we're not doing. Sure, fair enough. I don't need an adventurer hall or the artisan blacksmith as of right now. Don't need a trader's camp, trading post, and so on. Yeah, we've actually got almost everything already like accounted for. Now it's a matter of actually letting everything get built up. How are you guys doing over here, by the way? You got a lot of farms. You got farms haphazardly placed all over the place. Look at all this backdoor gardening that's going on out here. This is great. Definitely starting to see a lot of mined resources stockpiling up. This is good. The iron's coming in. The copper's coming in. So I think the next thing to build up is then going to be the weaponsmith. Let's get this thing set up so we can start crafting some bronze swords. I know they're not very good, but they may have to do for the moment because I'll need to train up some very basic soldiers unless we want to progress directly to iron, which, I mean, we could do. Do we skip copper and go directly to iron, or is that stupid? Honestly, it's enough to make me wonder what the point of copper really is. It's not like it's that much harder in this game to go ahead and start producing iron, right? You start with such a large population. If you're willing to spend a little bit of time, just get the production chain set up. Why waste your time making the bronze stuff when you can just make a bunch of the iron stuff, you know? It does seem like it's the objectively better way to go. I mean, admittedly, going for the veteran soldiers with iron everything might be too expensive to start off, but I feel like iron swords aren't that much more expensive than copper swords, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the good thing about the werewolves, at least, is it looks like they mostly stick to their own turf. So far, they haven't been coming to attack me. I'm waiting for that to change and find out the werewolves are going to be amassing for a huge assault, but as long as I stay away from them, I don't think that things start to spiral out of control. I can imagine sending an entire army over here that is unprepared, all of them turning into werewolves. That could be a problem. Then you got like 20 werewolves, and then how do you actually stop them? But in the meantime, the humans are the real problem. It's all these dang bandits and thieves. These guys need to die. Also, I only see bandits, but we're getting things stolen by thieves. So there are more camps over here somewhere, and I just haven't found them yet. Maybe we can get ourselves some additional farms up and running. It wouldn't be a bad plan to start growing things like some flax. So we'll be able to start getting ourselves some basic clothing items up and running. That said, I don't see any amazing spots for farming around here. Guess we'll just have to do something over here. It's a little bit awkward, but it is what it is. Oh my gosh, these bandits are literally just walking around and helping themselves. I'm watching them do it. This guy's just walking, strolling through town. He's like, I like what you got at the blacksmith. I'm taking this. It's like, dude, really though? Okay, so we're about to get our military academy set up, which means we can start training up some of the advanced soldiers. Iron swords, wooden shields. I'm already producing these. Not necessarily en masse, but we are producing them, so I should have enough to go ahead and train up about 20 or so of these guys. That's going to take up a pretty good amount of my civilian workforce to go ahead and train up. If we can keep getting more houses and more food and stuff, we'll be able to expand that population fast enough. Then I can at least have enough people sitting around over here to hopefully stop the bandits as they keep stealing stuff, and then eventually we go on the offense. Okay, we're definitely starting to intercept and fight some bandits. I see them getting killed. So that's good. Some progress. The thieves are still going to be an issue unless we have a way of revealing them, but I can't be bothered at the moment. We also need to get ourselves another guard tower in this direction, even if it's temporary. Just because, while the guards over here can certainly help set up a patrol point to intercept bandits on the way, they're not going to be able to reach all the way over here when I want them to, so we're going to need to move all of them forward. Is it just me, or is exploration a lot slower, by the way? Because I feel like we've been trying to explore in this general area for a while now, and so far, I've not discovered almost anything. What are these explorers doing anymore? I don't know. I feel like they're just kind of useless. They're just sort of lolling around. There's their trading center. All right, what do you want? Silver bars. Okay. Build the statue. We knew that was going to happen. And then there is an outpost somewhere. We need firewood and rabbit meat. Charming. Oh, hold on. We found something. That is... Oh, that's just the mysterious location. We don't care about that. Over here... Ah, there's another village. Okay. They're right next to the red one. Good, you guys should already be very acquainted with each other. Unless this is one of those weird situations where you planted a whole bunch of trees and you're like, I had no idea they were over there. I don't know, that'd be kind of dumb, but I mean, like, sometimes neighbors just, like, plant trees because they don't like each other. That could also be the thing. Ah, man, one of these days, maybe there's gonna be some quests where, you know, you'll actually have, like, villages in conflict with each other. That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, let's go, men. Let's go kill a bunch of bandits. Oh, gosh. Hey, it's one of those elite bandits. We actually took him down. Thank God. That guy alone just killed like 4 more of my guards. Frickin' heck. I've honestly got my doubts as to whether or not we're going to be able to destroy this camp even with only 20 soldiers. Advanced soldiers, no less. Because they're not actually that advanced. The elite bandits alone have killed... They're all dead. You see what I mean? It's so frustrating. We've just trained a whole bunch of elite soldiers. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. They're dead. And we're already out of iron in this area. Lovely. Okay, so without more iron, we can't really do much. What the heck are we supposed to do, honestly? I mean, I feel like we have to expand up this direction. Ah, here's a thief camp. Good, and more bandits heading from this direction. So the bandit camps are over here too? Oh, good lord. This island is absolutely infested. I'm gonna have to resort to the bronze swords, I think. It's the only way I can get enough soldiers to try and hold some of these bandits at bay, even though I know they're just gonna die at higher rates. Yeah, this island, man. I feel like I'm constantly under assault, because I am, from 3 or 4 different directions. And I can't even move up this direction, because there are freaking werewolves everywhere! Oh, no, Explorer, don't go over there! I watched that happen, too. The idiot just walked straight up, was like, hey, look at the big pretty doggies! Well, now you get to be a dog yourself, dingus. So this is actually really weird and awkward. The iron's right here that I want. Only way to get to it is to build roads up by the werewolves, which is not gonna work. That is not gonna cut it one bit. Oh boy. I mean, I guess we could try to build up a road through the mountain and try to get around them. Oh gosh dang you stupid explorers! Alright, that's it. I'm done with these guys. I am done with these guys. You're done. No, 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 no. We are setting the focus point far away from this. At least we discovered more about the other village over here. So what do they want? Increase population to 1,000 and supply Curious Bazaar? Oh, there's another weird location over here. I don't think I've seen something like this before. Light armor, silver blades, and torches. Aha. Okay, so it functions exactly the same as the other ones, and I assume you have to build a road all the way up here even to access it in the first place, and I also see a bunch of bandits. Good, thank you for revealing the location of those. That's great. Gosh, this island really is infested, isn't it? Anyway, okay, so that's great. We'll take care of that. Let's go ahead and start growing a load of wheat. We'll start milling that down, get some bread up and a-running. And we're trying to work on things at the armor smith. I need a bit more cement for that to work, but we're trying. And if I can get this area claimed and get some roads up through the mountain, maybe I can find a way to access this iron. I like how the thieves are allowed to just walk past the werewolves, by the way. Come on, werewolves. Be consistent, all right? Bite them. Actually, don't. I don't really want more werewolves. I just am kind of angry at the cosmic injustice of it all. Oh, God, and here come werewolves. Oh, frick me. They actually do attack. Bye, guys. There's not a thing I can do to save you all. Look how many wolves there are now. Oh, no. Yeah? Yeah, this is a problem. This is a really big problem. All right, well, the iron production's back up and running, so now we're getting some of that. There's not really much more we can do to expand up over here, to be honest. There's no point in growing my borders in any direction. I am pretty fully hemmed in with the exception of, like, this tree line, which doesn't actually matter. So we can expand a bit more in some of these different directions, but everything really needs to go into full-out militarization mode. I'm trying to train up a bunch more of the regular soldiers, and that's working. As long as we can keep jumping on top of getting some of the more weapons and stuff, we're good to go. So I can mass-produce this. And my population's doing fine, sort of, because I have enough houses and meals and stuff that the births just are going to keep happening naturally. Not a big deal. What we should do now is start working on getting things like chainmail and our iron shields. The problem is, we don't have any iron really yet, so it's going to take a while for this to really work, and then when we have it, it takes a very, very long time to make enough equipment to start getting myself the veteran soldiers. But they are twice as good as the advanced soldiers, so, like, I don't know. We do kind of need these, and I do kind of need to get myself things like an adventurer's guild, just so I can get some fear knots. What would it take to get me some silver swords? It's about the same kind of materials, it's just where do I have silver? I don't think I have any silver nearby except for right next to the dang bandits. Let's try one more time to go and deal with one of these camps. Might be foolish, but we're gonna try here. I mean, if we can take out even one of the camps and just reduce the number of spawns, that alone would be huge. All right? So even if I can't take out both, just one of them, that would be great. All right, they're getting in there. They're doing some damage. There we go. There we go. Hey, that gets rid of one of them. Well done. Can I try for two? Seems unlikely if they have an elite hanging around, which they do. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And he just murdered everybody. Gosh dang it, and he's like the last man standing, too. It's fine, I've got like another 9 men. Go, 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 guys. Come on. Surely all of you could take down this one guy. Watch him kill literally all of them. I'm just waiting for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, finally. God. Yeah, what is the combat strength of a single elite bandit exactly? I would like to know the exact strength of these things because it seems ridiculous. Anyway, with all of those bandits taken care of, now we can expand into this entire area relatively safely. That gives me a lot of wiggle room. It does not get me a lot in terms of resources, unfortunately. There's just a bit of coal and stuff. So really, we didn't, like, gain a ton out of claiming this area. All we did was make it safe for us to get the silver without being harassed. But that is step 1 to killing the werewolves. And that's fine with me. Let's go ahead and get some diggers placed over here and start extracting. Over at the Adventurers Guild, I'm going to want to train up fear knots. A lot of them. I can make light armor. There's no point in making padded armor because I can never make the magic blades because it looks like that has not been properly added into the game yet. So, with that known, hi, Taylor's Workshop. Screw this padded armor, we're never making this. Make nothing but light armor. Go ahead and start making a bunch of it. Alright, so the silver is coming in. And by the way, this is exactly what I was talking about with the whole storage situation. These guys are out here doing their job. They're mining, they're dropping it off. They're not the ones that are picking up the silver and taking it back to storage, though. We've got carriers exclusively for that role, so it makes a lot more sense to place the storage for silver over by all the smelting areas. Now we're in the process of crafting up the silver blades. Okay, so those in work. Very soon we can train up some fear knots. I am a little concerned that their combat strength is only 5. They get 200% extra damage against werewolves, who, by the way, are coming to attack me now. There's gonna be a lot more of them now. That's awesome. Wonderful. That's still only 10 combat strength, though. I feel like you need to be having the heroic fear knots with magic blades, which I can't have. But aren't the, like, veteran soldiers still technically better then? They're 12 combat strength. Huh. I wonder if you can even kill a werewolf with a non-silver blade. That'd be interesting. Well, I'm going to trust the game that this is the right way to do things. Let's go ahead and try training up like 30 of these things, because I'm pretty sure we're going to need that many. One thing that would probably help, now that I think about it, the mint. Yeah, we could place down one of the mints, and we could start fabricating a bunch of coins. Even if they're just copper coins. Money gives me combat power, right? I am pretty sure that is the way it works. And I won't use silver to do that, but I have a load of copper that I'm not necessarily making good use of. So that could be the thing to do. Gosh, look how many thieves are just walking in here. Like they own the place. And they practically do. There we go. Staff incoming. Start smelting coins. Let's pay attention to this. I actually don't remember seeing a combat power number associated with soldiers before. Maybe it was and I wasn't paying attention, I'm not sure. But as we watch these coins start to come in, I'm very curious how this goes up and if it's reflected here, or if we'll see some sort of a multiplier so I can kind of figure it out on my own. The stronger my units are, right, the better. Because they'll be able to take on these werewolves more one-on-one. Oh, by the way, they have a combat strength of 6. Okay, if you click on a living one, we can see exactly how strong they are. Come on, bite the thief, bite the thief. What is wrong with you wolves? Anyway, every 1 coin we produce appears to increase our combat power by 1%, so we already have another 10% combat power. Though I think it's got diminishing returns. Yeah, it actually says at 40 wealth we get 120 combat power, at 100 we get 130. So it starts off strong, but it gets weaker and weaker the longer it goes on. That is fine, though obviously that slows things down a fair bit. And another thing I'm going to go ahead and start doing is training up a few rangers. Their entire job is to expose thieves so that we can intercept and kill them. So over in this area, we'll just have the rangers hanging around with some guards and some veteran soldiers. As a thief comes in, hopefully we spot him, we kill him before he becomes too much of an issue. Might reduce how much is being stolen from me. Maybe. And of course we spotted more enemy camps. There are bandits. Great. Sure, why not? Just more of them. I love that. Why not? Anyway, I have a bunch of fear knots now. We've got like 34 of those things. I've boosted my combat power almost by 20%. We can actually see in real time here that's increased their combat strength to 6, which again gets doubled. So we get more value out of wealth with a fear knot than anyone else, which means I'm now twice as strong as a werewolf, each one of these. So with 36, going up to 40 actually, fear knots, we can deal with the werewolves. There are dead werewolves over here. How'd this happen? I don't know, but it did. Good. And I think that's probably where I'm going to go ahead and end this video, but at the beginning of the next one, we're going to lead a charge against these wolves and try to take them all down. And hopefully it works. I'm literally counting on that one, otherwise my people are going to slowly succumb to the werewolf plague. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.